Hello, fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at 3 of the 4 classic Ghostbusters from this new line of Ghostbuster action figures from Hasbro. Now, as far as I can tell, this line does not have an official name. I don't think it's specifically called like Ghostbusters Afterlife or anything like that. Obviously, that new movie is the reason there are new Ghostbuster toys on the shelves, but I don't think this line has any official subtitle or anything like that. As far as I know, the first wave has the 4 classic Ghostbusters, and then there's going to be Afterlife characters coming in the line later on. But I remember seeing these back at Toy Fair in February 2020, and they're only now just coming out. Obviously, the movie's been delayed several times. I think it was originally supposed to be last summer, then it was supposed to be like this March. Now I think it's Thanksgiving, so it's been delayed several times. But the figures are finally here in our hands, but we don't have Winston. I can't tell you how bummed I am. I wanted to review the full team all together. I went to the store today. I could not find a Winston. I'm super bummed. There were at least 2 of each of these 3, but I don't know if Winston is short packed or what's going on with that. Not cool. I don't know why they don't just do an even dispersal for all 4. Or maybe there is an even dispersal and, Winston's just a sought after character, So I don't know. Whatever the reason, I could not find Winston and I am super bummed about it. But I wanted to at least take a look at these 3 because I've been really waiting for this line for a long time and I'm super excited. So when we find Winston, he's going to get his own video and we'll check out him when I can finally track him down. But I'm excited for these. These are very much done in the original 80s Kenner style. They're figures with 5 points of articulation. They come with a Proton Pack. They come with their own individual little ghost. Now, the Proton Packs don't have the crazy Energon stream effect that the original Kenner toys did, but it looks like the ghosts are a little bit more involved. They're a little bit more action featurey instead of just being kind of like little plastic jelly monsters. So I'm pretty excited about these. I'm really hoping this line takes off so then we can get that second wave with the Afterlife characters and hopefully some more figures down the line. But you can see there's not even really much going on in the back of the packaging. Just gives you a little bio for the Ghostbuster and then shows you how to use the Ghost little action feature. So these were $10.99 a piece at Target. I'm assuming they would have been $9.99 had they come out back in the day when they were supposed to, but with inflation and everything and rising shipping costs for the distributors and the factories and everything with Hasbro, they've gone up a little bit, so they're $10.99 now, which is a bit of a bummer. But I'm going to go ahead, get these 3 out of the packaging so we can take a closer look. Here are the 3 Ghostbusters out of the packaging. We'll start over here with Ray. Now, as you can tell, these are made to actually look like the actors as they appeared in the movie, but done in this kind of cool animation style, as opposed to the real Ghostbuster animation models where back in the day when they didn't want to pay the actors likeness rights, they gave them colored different jumpsuits and the various departures from their physical appearances. But these actually look like the actors. But I really like this art style they've chosen for the figures. Very, very cool. You can see it says Stantz there on his little name tag. You got the Ghostbuster symbol here on the side. Decent amount of paint application, but really not too much. I mean, it's mostly just the tan figure. But you have the black paint down here for the boots. And like I said, I really like the head sculpts. I think he did a nice job with that. Now, they're standard 5 POA figures, just like the original Kenner ones. You can turn the head side to side. You have a rotation for each arm, and then you have a 90-degree bend at the leg. The Proton Packs aren't bad. They're obviously just done in solid black plastic, and it's a little bit of a softer plastic. There's no paint applications. Would have been nice if maybe they had a little bit of red here or something like that, just to make it stand out. But the wands fit pretty nicely in their hand. And you have a couple of options. Obviously, it has a little peg on the side, kind of an open slot there, and it can peg onto these little pegs right here. So you can do it like this, or if you want, you can try to bend it around like how they would normally grasp for the wand, but it's a little difficult, I'm not going to lie. But like I said, they are kind of a softer plastic, so you can make it work. I don't know if I would store it or permanently display it like this, because I feel like over time it would probably warp and bend the plastic, but this is probably the easiest way to do it. Now, this is kind of similar to how the ones back in the day for the real Ghostbusters line worked, because you kind of had to store them because they had those particle beam effects. But I always liked it when you could store it like this, because that's kind of how they would grab them in the movie. But I feel like over time that would really kind of warp it. So probably honestly just best to display it with him holding it, and it can kind of pop into the hand pretty easily. It's a little snug. I like to kind of have him grab the slender part of the cord and then kind of feed it through the hand. But it works. Again, would have been nice if these had a little bit more paint applications, but I think they work, and they are kind of a softer plastic, so they're a little malleable to get in and out of the hand without breaking. I definitely don't think you have to worry about breaking these. just maybe warping them because they are kind of a softer plastic. But overall, I think he looks pretty good. We'll take a look at the little ghost that he comes with. It's this little pink fat ghost. It has a little button here on the back. So when you press that, this pops open. And it has like this kind of like, I don't know if that's like a little tongue or something in there. And you can kind of press it to move it around. Very colorful though. I mean, the hot pink, the green, the blue, the yellow, the colors really work together. So it's definitely a weird little thing. But you close this back up and then you pop that and it just flips open again. So pretty cool. Moving on to Peter. A lot of these figures, I'll be honest, are probably going to look very similar. I mean, as you can tell, the bodies, I believe, are exactly the same. I think they're the same height. I remember back in the day with the real Ghostbusters, I think they had given Ray a little bit of a paunch belly, but I don't really think that's the case here. I think they are all exactly the same body, just with the different heads. So, but Peter's head looks good. Zoom in a little bit here. Again, done in kind of a cool animated style, which I really appreciate. And it does say Venkman there on his name tag. And then he's got the exact same proton pack. And these peg into the back very simply. You can see it's just kind of a like half circle. And it just pegs right in. And it fits snugly. It's not going to fall out anytime soon. Which is pretty cool. Now, his ghost, unfortunately, is just kind of a repaint of Ray's ghost. But done a little bit better. Now, he has the painted tentacles, but nothing painted in the face. This one actually has paint in the face. They both pop open the same way. And again, really fun and colorful. The fluorescent yellow goes well with the blue and a little bit of pink there. So I really like the colors they chose. It's just kind of a bummer to get a duplicate ghost in the same first wave. Like, I would understand if they gave us 4 individual ghosts and then the next set of figures had some duplicates or repaints, but this is right here in the first wave. I mean, they're fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with them. It's a cool little ghost and it's 2 good color schemes for it. I just would have liked to see something a little bit original here in the first wave. I'm not sure what ghost Winston comes with. It may be a repaint of this one. And this is Egon's ghost. It's kind of a little fat guy. Kind of looks like the Big Boy, if anyone remembers Bob's Big Boy. But he popped this, and it's a little difficult because you have to make sure your fingers aren't in the way of the front opening, but you can't really touch the head either because that pops up. So it's a little hard to grasp it and then pop the button. But this opens up, and then the head moves up and down. And just kind of a creepy little face there, but really nicely painted. The teeth look good. The eyes look good. Again, you get the orange with this kind of teal, which, again, color schemes all really work well together. So they're goofy little ghosts, but they're kind of neat. And then we'll take a look at Egon's head. Pretty excellent. They got the hair perfect. I love the glasses. Again, I really like this animation style. It almost reminds me of like the Disney Infinity figures. Like if they did the Ghostbusters as Disney Infinity characters. That's kind of what it feels like. And then you can see it says Spengler there on his name tag. So pretty cool. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they're all the exact same body, just with different heads. And the proton packs are the same. I wish there was a little bit more length so that you could kind of get this up. Because I mean, like I said, you can peg this on here. But I feel like over time that's really going to warp. But you can kind of peg it on this way and it should be fine. See, it's already warped a little bit just from me having it that way. But again, I think the proton packs work. I think they're molded well. I just would have liked a little bit more paint on there just for a pop of color. It would have been nice if one of them came with a ghost trap as well. I just think that would have been a nice accessory to get. But there is a Ecto 1 for these guys, and I believe that has a ghost trap. It's one of the ones from the movie on like the RC car wheels, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, so far, I think these are fun. I really like them a lot. They're very nostalgic for me as someone who grew up with the real Ghostbuster figures. Very much done in that style with the 5 points of articulation, little ghost and proton pack included. And I think they're fun. I mean, for around $10 or $11, I think they're perfectly good. Nice detail. Like I said, the bodies are probably all the same, but they each have their individual name tags. They're painted well. They have paint applications where it makes sense. Like I said, if I had to nitpick anything, I wish the proton packs had a little bit more paint. I wish they had a little bit longer cord so that you could store the wand the way it makes sense for them to kind of grab it like they do in the movie. I'm also a little bummed that we got a repaint on the ghosts in the first wave. I would have made sense if it was a little bit later down the line, but right here in the first wave, and I would not be surprised if Winston just comes with the repaint of this ghost, but I get it. It's a cost-saving measure. Honestly, for the price, I think these are pretty cool. I really like these a lot. I love the artwork style they used for the head sculpts. I think that's really cool. The Proton Packs, the ghosts are cool. They're not perfect, but I think for the price, for $10, $11 a figure, I think there's definitely fun to be had here. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.